What is up, everybody? How we doing? Just wanted to go live today. Here I'm streaming on Instagram. I'm streaming on YouTube. I wanted to go live today. The stock market has been absolutely pummeled over the last few days. They're saying today is like the next Black Monday. One thing I wanted to talk about is if you're a real estate agent and investor, there's a couple things you need to be thinking about right now. And I wanted to make sure I jumped on live and I started sharing with you my thoughts because a lot of people are wondering what to do. Okay, if you're a real estate agent and investor, I'm going to be talking specifically to you today. Okay, I'm not talking stocks. I don't talk stocks. That's not my forte. But what I do want to talk to you about is if you're a real estate agent and investor, how you can be taking advantage of what's going on in the world right now. Listen, we got World War III, on the brink of World War III. We got a crazy election coming up, probably one of the most important elections year to date. I'm not talking politics, but it is definitely super freaking important. I knew that was going to happen. Hold on. I'm restarting my Instagram live. There we go. All right, cool. We're back. So we got one of the most important elections coming up ever in history. We're on the brink of World War III. We got the stock market crashing. The unemployment rate is, who knows if it's accurate or not. What I want to be talking about today is how can you be taking advantage of things as a real estate agent and investor? Here's the cool thing. If you had, again, we're going to go crazy for a second. I don't care if you imagine this. Imagine we went back to either, any one of the craziest stock events in history. Okay. Things like 9/11 or 2008. Okay. These crazy events, crazy historic events in some crazy travesties, right? Like tragic events. I want to be talking about this specifically. If you had any money, cash reserves at those times, yes, it was important, but why was it important? Because obviously you thought a lot of things were uncertain. But one thing is for sure, you're going to be thinking in 20 years from today, holy cow, I wish I had a lot of cash ready to go so that I could have bought more properties. I could have invested more money, okay, during those times. I wish I had right now, I'm 29 today. I wish I had, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars ready to freaking go during the 08, 09 crash. I wish I had tons of money. I think about it all the freaking time about the deals people had during the 2008, 2009 crash. Heck, even think about COVID. I wish I had millions of dollars. I only had a few $100,000 sitting around, and I bought some things, but not enough. I wish I had way more money during those times where, look, the stock market hit, and during COVID, that was one of the craziest economic, shifts of wealth ever in history. And we all wish we had more money to invest during those times. So I'm here to share with you. I want to hear your comments. Comment down below. What are you doing? What are you thinking about right now? Because one thing I'm thinking about is I'm excited for the opportunities, whether it's freaking World War III, which, by the way, I'm going to be buying my guns. I'm not even a gun person, but I live here in Florida. I'm ready to buy some guns. Okay. I need to be protected. Number one, I want to make sure my family is protected. Number two, I want to be financially protected. And what does that mean? Well, I want to be looking out for amazing opportunities right now because there's going to be a lot of people who are fearful. People who are in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s who are beyond fearful right now about the opportunity, beyond fearful because of what's going on right now. They don't see the opportunities. They're pessimistic where we need to be optimistic. Okay. They are fearful now more than ever before because they got their 401ks, right? They are getting absolutely obliterated. Okay. They have, it's very uncertain times and they're thinking about what's going to happen with their kids and their grandchildren. What we're thinking about right now, what you need to be thinking about right now is how can you be taking advantage of opportunities right now? Because those people want cash. And one thing we can provide them as real estate agents and investors is awesome investment opportunities, right? We can provide these people, with an opportunity, with an offer, right, for our buyers from our buyer pools, right? So that we can find those great opportunities for them and we can give cash to these people who want the cash today. Okay. So I want you to comment down below. We got people reaching out here. We got Matt saying cheers to the opportunities right now. That's right. And we got Jet Pilot saying buy guns and ammo sooner rather than later. That is right. Because there's going to be a lot of craziness going on. What I want to share with you right now is that you must be optimistic during these times because there's going to be a lot of real estate agents and investors who are going to be incredibly fearful, who are incredibly pessimistic, and they're going to be missing out on opportunities right now. They're going to be missing out on crazy opportunities. The people who take advantage, the people who are going to catapult into a next level, okay, over the next 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, okay? Those are going to be the people who are optimistic right now, okay? Because right now, a ton of people are fearful. You ever hear that you need to be greedy when other people are fearful and fearful when other people are greedy? This is that opportunity right now. And I felt like I needed to jump on live and talk to my followers, my people who have been following me for so long. I want you to know I'm going to stand strong with you. I'm making my cold calls with you. I'm going to stand strong and share with you all the time of what's going on in my world. Okay. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Okay. For those of you who have made a few bucks over the last few years, if you're ready to invest, you should be ready. You should be grabbing some deals over the next year or so, because there's going to be some opportunities like we've never experienced. Okay. This is going to be like one of those times like 2020 or 2008, 2009, or like right after 2001. Okay. Where there's going to be opportunities in the water and you need to be prepared. And if you're not prepared, it's going to be the first thing we get on. So how can you become prepared? Number one, how do we get prepared? Okay. Number one is mindset. Okay. To be prepared, you must have the right mindset. And to have the right mindset, we are specifically talking about not only being optimistic, but we are talking about specifically the mentality of grit and consistency, because everyone in the world is going to be saying shit right now. I mean, imagine if you were a stockbroker. Okay. Imagine if you were a stockbroker right now. If you were a stockbroker right now, I guarantee you, you're going to be having so many freaking people call you for, withdrawals. Okay. Redemptions. There's going to be a lot of people asking for redemptions, but obviously in real estate, you can't get redemptions. There's no such things as redemptions in the real estate world. Okay. You can't just get emotional and click sell. Okay. You can't do that in real estate. You got to just hold on to it. Okay. Yeah. So what we're going to be talking about, number one, is the mindset. Okay. So you must have the long-term mindset, but you must be focused so heavily right now on doing all the things specifically you need to be doing to take advantage of the opportunity. So let's talk about what that is, right? Mindset is about the grit and the long-term strategy. Okay. Because right now is the time where you should be so freaking greedy. Okay. This is where you should be thinking like, hey, I need to be making my calls, more calls today than I've ever made in the past. I got to be like this, 60, 90-day window before the election. There's going to be a lot of opportunity with the markets. Okay. Huge opportunity. I'm not talking stock. I'm talking specifically real estate. There's a lot of people who think we're going into and like, by the way, we might be. This is not I'm not trying to tell you what's going to happen. We might go into World War III. We might have the craziest election ever in history. Okay. That is what possibly may happen. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of things that can happen, but one thing is for certain, America is freaking resilient. Okay. And we're going to fight through this no matter what. And if you want to come out on top, we need to be making sure, okay, we need to be making sure that we specifically are doing what is required. So I'm telling my teams the same thing I'm going to be telling you guys. Number one, have the right mindset. We must be consistent, determined, committed to making the freaking call, having the mindset. That's check number one. Number two, you must be making your freaking phone calls. If you're not making your calls and you're not hunting great opportunities, you're not going to find them. That's just the freaking facts, people. Okay. If you're not hunting these opportunities, you're not going to find the opportunities. Okay. That's just the freaking facts. So what I want to be clear about is making sure you guys are making your calls. Number two, what else can you be doing right now? You need to be speaking to more investors, more buyers than you have been in the entire, than you ever have been in your entire career. Because there's a lot of people ready to go who have a lot of cash and ready to make some money. Okay. Ready to make some investments. That's what we're talking about right now. Again, keep commenting down below. If you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Follow me wherever you guys need to be following me. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your feedback right now? What do you think you need to be doing right now? What's important? What decisions are you making in your business? I want to hear about it. Okay, I'm just talking about what we're doing right now. We are making more calls than we have been in the past. We are making sure our mindset is freaking strong, okay? We are thinking with long-term, longevity mindsets. Number two is we're talking to a lot of freaking buyers right now, people who have a lot of cash sitting on the sidelines, and you would be happy, we'd be thrilled if you were one of those people, okay? If you want to make sure that you're finding the best opportunities, you must have a lot of cash ready to go or know people with cash who are ready to go, okay? Because if you have cash right now, cash is going to be king over this next period of time because there's going to be opportunities in the water for you to be taken advantage of. Okay. And you need to be ready to go. Okay. More call volume. Number one. I love that, Matt. I love that. Eddie gives it a thumbs up. Inventory has still been increasing in Miami. I know it's going to keep increasing. I know it's kind of absolutely crazy. Jordan says, Henry, been watching your content nonstop for weeks. I'm getting back into the industry with new motivation and a game plan due to teach. Just can't thank you enough. I appreciate you, Jordan. Thank you for following the journey. Appreciate that. Jake says, this is basically Black Tuesday. I agree with you. I mean, this is one of the craziest economic periods of time in quite some time. Okay. This right now, you need to be hunkering down and making sure you're making the activities like more than you have been in the past. There's so many people I talk to like, yeah, I make 5 calls a day. 5 calls a day. What the fuck do you think you're going to do with 5 calls a day? Let's just call a spade a spade. Okay. You're not going to get anywhere making 5 calls a day. Nowhere. You're going to get nothing in business. You can't make anything. That is not a business. That's barely a hobby, making 5 calls a day. If you want to make money in this industry, you need to be doing things that nobody else is willing to do. I'm talking 100, 200, 300, 500 plus calls a day. Okay. One of the guys on my team, he broke the record of all-time calls. I think it was 1,008 calls in one day. 1,008 calls in one day. Yes, of course, he uses an auto dialer. Okay. But 1,008 calls a day. Imagine if you made 1,000 calls a day for the next 90 days straight. Do you think you'd have more leads? Do you think you'd have more buyers? Do you think you'd find better deals? Do you think your business would probably start moving in the right direction? Probably. Okay? Probably. And this is what we're talking about right now, because the stock market just absolutely got decimated. We got things that are going on where people are not talking about things in the right positive light, which is like the stock market got decimated, but doesn't mean there isn't opportunity right now. Okay? This is the opportunity of our freaking lifetime, people. Okay? Because here's the cool part. If you're in real estate, this is the magical thing. Okay? Let's talk about taxes for a quick second. Okay? Let's talk about taxes for a quick second. I don't care if you sold Bitcoin or if you sold Nvidia or if you sold Apple or whatever stock you sold. Okay? So let's just say somebody sold their stock. Okay, and they took a $50,000 loss, okay, or a $100,000 loss, or a $500,000 loss, or $1 million loss, okay, because they're fearful, okay, because they're fearful. You know what can happen? They can then go on and then sell real estate, okay, another piece of their portfolio. They could sell some real estate right now, and then if they have the same amount of gains in the real estate as they had in losses in the stock market, their capital gains even out, and they will not have to pay taxes on the even gains, okay? Because then they will have a neutral tax basis, which technically means, again, if you lost, let's say, $1 million from the stock market today, and you sold because this person's pessimistic about the future. Okay, they sold, they took their cash out, they lost $1 million. They could go make $1 million in real estate. They could sell their property right now in real estate, and they could have $1 million gain. Okay, they have $1 million gain, and then guess what? They don't pay any taxes right now. They would pay zero tax. Okay, so you need to make sure you have the right mindset. You must make sure that you have the longevity mindset, the grit mindset, the consistent mindset, doing the right activities each and every single day for a long period of time, number one. Number two, you must be making more calls now than you have been in the past. Okay, block out the bad shit, the bad energy, okay? Block out the bad energy. Block out the bad, the people who are the naysayers, all the bullshit. I don't care if it's your own family, your own friends, your coworkers. Let them think however they want to think. If you want to be a freaking winner, that's not how we think, okay? That's not how we think. That's not how my team thinks. That's not how I think, okay? If you want to be on top, you must have the right type of mindset. So it's eliminating those types of distractions, making more calls now than you ever have been in the past. And by the way, we've been talking about this for quite some time. Right now, okay, it is, we're recording this August 5th right now, guys. We're more than 33% through the third quarter of 2024. That means if you do not have a deal in contract before, call it October 1st, you might not even close that deal in 2024. It might not be a deal that closes in 2024. It might close in 2025 if you're lucky, depending on how things go with the election. So that's why the next 90 days are really friggin' important, which was actually less than 90 days now. We're down to like 55 days, 56 days until October 1st. Okay, you better be hitting it hard. So more phones, more calls than you have in the past. Your follow-up game, okay, must be on freaking fire. Okay, you must be following up with every single lead that you've ever spoken to. Because again, the people who lost money right now are going to want to sell right now. Okay, they lost a ton of money in the stock market. They want to offset those gains in the real estate world, which is fantastic, and we like that. Number three is you must be talking to more buyers. You must be speaking to more investors. Your investor VIP list, your list of buyers who are ready to make some moves right now, buy a lot of real estate, who are cash heavy. Those people you must be speaking to right now. Okay, you must be building that relationship, adding to that list. You know why? Because more opportunities are coming, and you're going to want to have plenty of buyers to be selling that product to. Okay, because if you want to sell $20 million worth of real estate, okay, let's say a 5% commission. Okay, 20 million bucks, 5% commission. That is $1 million a year in income. Okay, you want to make $1 million bucks? You need to have at least one. Here's the crazy piece. Okay, you need to have probably at least 3 to 5 buyers who are each going to be buying $20 million worth of real estate per year. You know why I say that? Do you know why? Because you're probably not going to be providing each one of those people with 100% of their buying, their purchases this year, okay? Because if you have 5 people who each want to buy $20 million worth of real estate, the odds are number one, you're not going to sell them each $20 million worth of real estate. Okay. You're not going to be 100% of the purchases that they make. Okay. That's number one. Number two, okay, is that if you assume that they bought $20 million of real estate in the past, they might be buying $20 million of real estate in the future, but it doesn't mean they're going to buy 20 million. So they'll buy around 20 million. They might only buy 15. Okay. But number three, and most importantly, is that you want to have a number of these buyers because they're not all going to be ready to buy at the same exact time. They might buy $100 million collectively worth of real estate this year, but it might not, the one person might not be around your schedule. The second person might not be around your schedule. The third person might not be around your specific schedule, which is why you need 5 at least. Okay. Because if I want to sell $20 million worth, I'm going to look at who are 5 people who are going to buy $20 million. That's $100 million worth of real estate. And I want to capture 20% of that buyer pool. Okay. So if I got $100 million worth of buyers worth of liquidity right now, that people are going to buy $100 million worth of real estate, I think I can probably capture 20 million of it, which means I can make $1 million. Okay. That's how this works. So you must be finding more people. Okay. More buyers who have larger purchasing power, who are going to be buying larger deals. I'm not saying 20, 30, $50 million deals, people. I'm just saying more deals. Okay. And not 200 grand deals. No, you're not going to become rich selling $200,000 properties. Okay. I don't know where some of you live, but I've been talking to some people and like, I live in South Dakota. No offense to people from South Dakota, but it's going to be much more difficult to make a ton of money selling $200,000 commercial properties than it is selling $2 million deals, $5 million deals, $8 million deals. Okay. Because, and also when you get to 20, 30, 40, $50 million deals, you're not making 5% on every single deal. You might be lucky if you're making 1%. We're working on a $23 million deal right now. And it's a 2% commission for us. I'm not complaining about 400 something thousand bucks, but there's 4 brokers who get to be paid on that 400 grand. So we all make 100,000 bucks, right? So it's not exactly spectacular, which is what I'm trying to break down for you guys. Okay. So just keep in mind, that's why it's very important. You must have more buyers right now. You want to have at least 5x the amount of buyer capacity when it comes to purchasing properties than you want to sell. If you want to sell $100 million worth of real estate per year, if you want to sell $100 million worth of real estate, you must have the capacity, the buyer capacity of $500 million worth of real estate. Okay. Your buyers list must have the capacity and the willingness and the history of buying $500 million a year worth of real estate. Because if they don't, you're probably not going to sell $100 million worth of real estate. It's just the facts. What's up, Claudia? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. Steven, thank you for the 100%. Appreciate that. Kevin, good energy. Love that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Again, guys, comment down below. What are you guys going to be doing differently with the stock market crashing, everything going crazy right now? What are you doing right now in your business to make sure that you're not only surviving, but thriving right now in this real estate market? That's what we're talking about today. So, number one, we talked about mindset. We talked about mindset, have a longevity mindset. You must have the right grit, the right consistency. Okay. You must have a powerful mindset. You must be blocking out all the bullshit negativity. Okay. Talked about that. Number one. Number two, we talked about cold calling. Okay. We talked about cold calling, ramping up the calls. Okay. Ramping up the calls. I don't care if it's cold calling 100%, but you got to make some type of prospecting calls. Okay. It doesn't matter who and what you're calling. I recommend you do some cold call. I recommend you do some warm calls. I recommend that you're doing, prospecting each and every single day. You must be speaking to enough people every single day in order to get to the business you want. Okay. Because realistically, I've had some people tell me they make 5 calls a day. I just think that's absolutely bananas. I don't even understand how that works. Angel, thank you. Appreciate all the effort. Of course. Thank you too for tuning in. I appreciate that so much. D says, do you think it's possible for residential agents and wholesalers to transition to commercial real estate sales? Yes, of course. I am living proof of it. Of course you can. I was selling 100 residential homes per year and I transitioned to the commercial world. And now we do, well over $100 million for the transactions per year. And it's been fantastic. We're having a great time. Andrew says, I use your style and tips on my cold calls for B2B or B2C business, which is not real estate. I still make some great improvements. Love to hear that, my man. I'm glad I could support you. So again, we're talking about making your cold calls, upping the level of prospecting, upping the level of actions. Grant Cardone talks about this a lot. Is we never lower the target, people. Okay. We never lower the target. We only raise our level of actions. And I would recommend that you highly, highly, highly listen to that. Very important. Never lower the target, only raise the level of action. Very important. Number 3, we talked about doing the follow-ups and we say increase the level of the number of buyers you're speaking with. Okay. You never have enough buyers. You never have enough buyers in your business right now. Okay. Because you will only do 10 to 20% of your buyers' capacities. Okay, so if you look at your buyers list of the people you speak to, oh, by the way, a buyers list is people not only who have the capacity to purchase, who have the history to purchase, who you've been in relationship with, okay, that you've sent deals to, okay, not only all of that, okay, but these are people that you're in a communication with on a very regular basis, okay, in communication with on a very regular basis, okay. Look at your buyers list. Who are you in communication with on a very regular basis when it comes to your buyers? Tell me, right? How many people? Write down in the comment section. How many buyers do you have right now? How many buyers do you have on your buyers list, your VIP buyers list, people you speak to on a very regular basis who have the past and present history of buying many deals? How many people do you guys have? Write down. Just give me numbers in the chat. Okay? Give me numbers in the chat. And what I want you to know is that whatever that number is, I would recommend that you take the entire rest of this week, not only to generate more leads, but spend at least an hour or two a day building that buyers list, reaching out to your buyers. Because again, you're only going to close on 10 to 20% of their capacity. That's just what it is. 10 to 20% of your buyers list capacity is what you're going to end up closing, unless you don't even send them any freaking deals, which would just be mind blowing to me. Okay. So it's like, if we have a list right now, our VIP list right now is about 50 to, me personally, 50 to 52 people at any given point in time right now. Okay. 50 to 52 people on my buyers list. Okay. Now I'm in relationship with, at a very high level, about 6 of them. Okay. However, I'm in communication with about 50 to 52 of them. Okay. Now let me share something with you guys. Okay. The six people that I'm in very deep relationship with. Okay. The 6 people I'm in very deep relationship with, they combine buy almost $1 billion worth of real estate per year. $1 billion. Okay. I'm not going to do a Donald Trump impression, but about $1 billion worth of commercial real estate purchases. Okay. Which is awesome. Okay. Now those 6 people who buy about $1 billion worth of real estate together, what you need to know is that this is how I transact on roughly $100+ million worth of real estate. Okay. Because they have about $1 billion capacity, and I'm selling roughly $150 million worth of real estate per year. The difference is how much percentage commission I make on those deals. Right. And I obviously, I acquire some on my own as well. So this is why it's important to raise the capacity, like how much capacity your buyers have. And I'm not saying you need to have thousands of buyers, people. Okay. We have a buyers list of 30,000 people on our buyers list. But what's important to know is like, okay, well, how many of them are you actually in relationship with? And what's their total capacity of the people that you're in relationship with? Because what happens commonly is that we have some, some agents like, oh, I got a huge buyers list. How many of them are you actually in relationship with? Do you actually know how many properties that each one of these buyers transacted on in the last 12 to 24 months? How are you having conversations like that? Do you have their exact criteria? And even if you have all 30,000, you can't be in relationship with 30,000 people. I'm not in relationship with every single person on our buyers list. I'm just not. I'm in a relationship with about 6 people at a very high level who buy about $1 billion worth of real estate every single year, between $2 million deals and $20 million deals. Each of them, okay? $2 to $20 million deals. So guess what I look for? And actually, some of them are even bigger than that. Some of them are like $50 to $100 million deals that they also, $2 to $100 million. But a lot of the product that I sell is the $2 to $20 million. Okay, so what you have to be doing is constantly raising that specific capacity of those buyers and how many of them you're in relationship with. Okay. Kevin says, I do residential, trying to explore into commercial. Amazing. Look, schedule a call with my team and see how we can support you. There's plenty of stuff that we can do to support you, or continue watching some of the content on my channel. I'm sure that will support. And thank you for watching the content, Kevin. I appreciate that a lot. Cold caller Gabe says, I'm a wholesaler in Atlanta. I'm guessing Atlanta. Got about 40 to 50 solid buyers. That's great. How many of them are you in relationship? Now that you say that, I'm in deep relations with 2 of them. There you go. I cold call a lot. Steven says he also has 2 buyers. Cold call Gabe says, I call a lot more realtors than buyers. Is calling buyers without a property a good idea if you've spoken to them about things in the past? Yeah, of course. Guys, listen, you do not always have to call up a buyer about a property specifically. All you can say is like, hey, I know that you own a number of properties in town. I come across a lot of properties often through my cold calls. My team cold calls a lot. So I would love to give you a call today and kind of explore exactly what kind of criteria you look for. So next time I find an opportunity that meets that criteria, you're on my list and I can start sending you some deals. Does that sound fair enough? Right? And you build that list. You build the buyers list as much as you can, because it's very important to build up the buyer capacity. Write down buyer capacity. Okay. You want to raise your buyers' capacities, and that can only happen by either speaking to better buyers or more buyers. That's it. But you must be in relationship with, in relationship with, 2 makes sense. You might only be able to be in relationship with 8 or 10 or 12 people at a time. And that's very normal. Very, very normal. But you don't need 30,000 buyers, right? Gabe, you said 40 to 50 solid buyers. You don't need 40 or 50 to make a lot of money. You need like 5. 5 can make you $1 million a year. But you obviously need to be speaking with the right type of people. Okay. So again, listen, guys, we got the market crashing today. Market crashed over the last couple of days. People are calling it Black Monday. We might have Black Tuesday tomorrow, whatever the heck they call it. I don't understand the stock market. I don't claim to know about it. I'm not trying to sell you on any of that bullshit. But what we have been talking about, okay, is how to thrive in these types of markets. Very, very, very important, because we got the stock market crashing. We got possibly one of the most important elections in U.S. history coming up in November. We're on the brink of World War III. Interest rates have been at an all-time high, and obviously right now I'm going to check out the Treasury rates. Let's see where we're at. Treasury rate 3.647%. 5-year Treasury 3.647%. That's actually fantastic news for us, because you know what's amazing? The stock market can come tumbling down in economic, craziness that's going on right now. But real estate, what happens is that interest rates typically come down in this, which means real estate values are going to skyrocket. There's going to be a lot of opportunities in the real estate world. So this is why I'm excited to be in the real estate business right now. And you should be too. Okay. I'm going to say last but not least, you must, actually, I have 2 more points. Sorry. For number 4, you must be studying your markets. Okay. You must be studying. You must be working on yourself now more than ever before. What that looks like is reading great books. I'm going to give you a great book right here. Okay. Okay, here's 2 great books. Number 1, I love Tim Grover. Awesome book. Winning by Tim Grover. Fantastic book. This gets you into the right freaking mindset. Going back to number 1, mindset. Okay, fantastic book. And if you want to understand about wealth, this is also a great book. We got, there you go. Family Wealth by James Hughes. Family Wealth by James Hughes. One of my wealthiest friends told me to read this book. My friend, he's a great guy. He's been a fantastic mentor to me. Very, very, very grateful. This book has taught me a lot. I would recommend picking up a copy of this book. But both these books, Winning by Tim Grover and Family Wealth, very, very, very good books. You must invest in yourself right now. This is the time where it all comes down to your skill sets. And if you don't have the skill sets right now to be taking advantage of what's in front of you right now, opportunity-wise, because the stock market is crashing. Okay. If you don't know how to make cold calls, you must go learn how to make cold calls. If you don't know how to speak to buyers and pitch deals, which, by the way, I'm launching a show. I wanted to, at least let everybody know that we can. I'm launching a show where we're basically going to be doing deals pitched live. You're going to be able to come on. It's only going to be streamed live. But if you want to be pitching the deals, you must register previously in advance. You're going to be pitching your deals to me, and I'm going to be ripping them apart. Okay, we're gonna have a lot of fun. I love comedy. So this can be kind of like a rip on Kill Tony. If you've been watching his stuff, I love Kill Tony. I'm a huge fan of the Tony Hinchcliffe. He does a fantastic job. I'm going to be launching a show later this month. We're going to be doing it later at night, so make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be a fantastic show. We're going to have a couple people come on each and every single week. Real estate agents, investors, wholesalers, the like are going to come on. They're going to pitch their deals. If you want to be involved in these deals, comment the word show, and we'll make sure that we reach out to you guys. It's going to be a fantastic opportunity. I would even say DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram the word show, and I'll make sure my team reaches out to you, or email me at the info@henryeisenstein.com email. We'll make sure we reach out. So it's going to be an absolute fantastic event. Yeah, last Friday, Rudy, sorry we didn't have the live calling session, but this is going to be amazing. We're going to do a live show, pitching deals live, and you're going to be pitching me and a couple of guests that I'm going to have on my show, and we're going to basically be roasting some of these deals. If the deals are great, we're going to help you get these deals sold. If the deals suck, we're going to roast the crap out of those deals, and we're going to tell you exactly how much they suck. We're going to have a lot of fun. If you want to be a part of it, make sure you DM me the word show. We're going to give you some details coming up soon. So that's going to be coming up late August. It's going to be an awesome time. Again, self-development. So invest in yourself, self-development, get a coach, invest in books, invest in courses, invest in anything, right? Like great books, like we were just discussing. That's exactly how you're going to take your business to the next level. 5, last but not least, you must up-level the people around you. You must up-level your ecosystem, people. Okay, because if you're around negativity, if you're around, like if your coworkers suck, if you're at a brokerage that sucks, if you're at on a team that sucks, and you want to be a part of a powerhouse team, I would recommend it. I don't care what team you're on. Obviously, my team and I are recruiting nationally right now. If you want to be a part of an amazing team, make sure you reach out. DM me the word EXP. We're with EXP Commercial. We're looking to grow the team. We're looking for lots of hungry people right now. We're looking for 5 power players, 5 hungry, powerful players who want to take their business and their life to the next level. This is not coaching. This is being a part of my team, my organization nationally. If you want to be a part of it, make sure you email me or DM me the word EXP, and we'll make sure we reach out to you. We schedule a call. There's actually a link in the description down below here on YouTube and on Instagram. Make sure you DM me the word EXP. We're going to make sure we get you all the support you need. Ari Super Dude, thank you for reaching out saying show. I appreciate that. We'll try to give you the best information we possibly can. You'll see it more posted coming up soon. So again, we're looking to recruit, but do not just stay at a brokerage do not stay at boutique brokerages. Do not stay at teams that are not treating you well. If you got a bad culture, bad team, bad training, bad brokerage or bad broker or a bad team leader, you need to be making some adjustments right now. Okay. You cannot be at a bad location. Okay. You can't be at a bad brokerage. You can't be with a bad team. You can't be with a bad environment. It's just not going to work right now. You must be taking advantage of the opportunities ahead of you. And if you want to go to some place where your company has never gone before, how on planet Earth do you think you're going to do it there? It just doesn't make any sense. You want to be a part of a company, part of a group, and an organization that is going far. And if you want to be a part of something like that, Bright Mind, thank you for, messaging EXP. I recommend that you email us info@henryeisenstein.com. I'm going to drop the banner on the YouTube channel right now. I know because we're going live. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put that up for you right now. Here you go. Yeah, there's going to have my email right there. Perfect. So again, if you're interested, make sure you DM me the word EXP. If you'll have more questions about joining the team, again, for self-development, make sure you schedule your call down below. We're just talking about how to absolutely take your life and business to the next level. It is imperative now more than ever before to be in the right mindset. Make more calls than you ever have been in the past and learn how to master cold calls. Increase the buyer capacity, increase that buyer's list, get better at pitching deals, find better deals. Number 4, invest in yourself. I don't care if it's through books, courses, coaches, conferences, you name it, right? Invest in you because you are going to be the best investment you've ever made. Screw the stock market. And some of you are not ready to invest in real estate right now, and that is totally okay because there's a lot of time left in life right now, okay? But it's important that you invest in yourself because that's the best asset possible. And number 5, pay attention to the brokerage that you're at because you cannot make money. You cannot make money. You cannot grow to the capacity that we all know you're capable of doing, okay, without being a part of a brokerage or a team that can take you there. Matthew says, do we get a small or large joke book at the end? Actually, we're thinking about a small script book or a large script book. So anyways, there's a lot of fun stuff coming up with the show. You guys are going to absolutely love the live show we're going to be doing. It's going to be all about deals and pitching these deals out and getting roasted. We're going to be roasting real estate deals that we see online and being pitched. It's going to be a fantastic time, a lot of fun, great entertainment. If you want to be a part of it, make sure you DM us the word show. We're going to be, adding a bunch of people to that list because the first ever one is going to be on Zoom and then broadcasted live. So the people in the audience will be on Zoom. There's obviously going to be a live session as well. But the people on Zoom are going to be the only people who are allowed to come on and pitch deals, right? So if you're not on the Zoom, you will not be able to come on live and pitch deals. So if you want to be able to be on the Zoom live, make sure you DM us the word show or email me at info@henryeisenstein.com, the word show, and we'll have you guys added to the list. I appreciate you guys. Do not worry about the stock market BS. Hold tight. The future does look bright. As much as all the bullshit and all the people out there are saying that things might be different, I believe the future looks bright. I just like Patrick Bet-David. I agree. Future looks bright. I love my man, Patrick. I'm a huge freaking fan of this kind of shit. If you guys want to make some money, make sure you continue following the content. I'm going to start going live a lot more frequently. I love this kind of stuff. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next live. Take care. Bye-bye. 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 Take care.